actually the light does not read real well. In fact, I think you can tell that they ramp it up just a little bit, because you get to the left of the frame, you get the opening, and it's kind of a flicker of a flame. But Aldo, you just are getting a little kiss of light on him, so you're like, what am I looking at? And then all of a sudden, Mandimous, when he pops in, light comes up with you. You do have his blonde hair that's going to draw light, but you can also tell the background. Somebody's brought the background light up. It's an interesting way to shoot it. And then to slowly truck back, I didn't really understand the need for that, but I guess it's to show that other gorillas are there.
Yeah, that he's not just him there.
Well, this is my problem with the previous scene. We had Caesar and McDonald coming to Mandimous. There's stuff happening on their side of the door that I can't tell what's going on.
Yeah.
To your point, I did like seeing just a little bit of light on Aldo as he's talking to Mandimous through the open doorway. I thought that was, I liked the darkness there.
Yep.
But then when the gorillas actually kind of break through the door to get into Mandimous' armory, I couldn't see what was going on. I couldn't see how they broke in.
Well, they don't break in just yet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Never mind.
Well, let's go back to this whole idea of... If that happens, of the Mandimous shot and story. I think that I remember saying I wish that we had seen the vantage point back and forth where it would flip around. I'd like to. I mean, we know that Mandimous is in there, and you're not establishing anything by keeping us out. We know he's locked in. I'd like to see.
Yeah, if you shot it from the reverse,
returns.
If you shot it from the reverse, you don't know the danger that there is, because you don't know how many gorillas are out there until, if you kept it all the way inside, Mandimous does his questions or whatever, and then, well, we don't know what happens after that.
Would you want to go back and forth, or would you rather be from Mandimous' perspective with Aldo at the door, not knowing the threat?
So I'll be honest with you. I think this point here's the weird thing about the way this is shot. So we've got the shot that roughly starts around 30 seconds in, and Mandimous pops in. And then after they talk for a little bit, the camera trucks back. And now we kind of see the shadowy figures of other gorillas. And then it, for no reason, cuts back in tight on Aldo and Mandimous. To me, the better construction of that is back and forth between the two. There's safety. I have a door between us. But then you introduce the threat. You flip out and pull back at that point and show those shadows. And then that says there's a threat. I don't take this as a threat because it's this weird back and forth.
Well, one of my least favorite things in horror films is when you're inside the house and it's nighttime outside, and for some reason you have all of the blinds open. And there have been a few movies recently we've watched where the person, the victim, the whoever is inside the house, and they haven't closed any of the blinds. They're giant windows, and it's complete darkness outside. And for me as a viewing audience, I start getting worried about what is there, what is watching them, what is outside, what can they terrorize me with. Very few of them actually pay off with anything like that. But this would be a scene for me where Mandimous is the one on the inside.
Exactly.
And we don't know what he's talking to. I mean, we do know it's Aldo, but we don't know what's happening because we can only see that small peering outside. And I'd love to have Aldo kind of like in the opening itself.
Right.
Breathing heavy, where you can kind of hear that you can feel the heat of his breath. Be fantastic.
Let's see, here's how you could, with it on the inside and you have it danger showing. Because whenever Aldo, right before they pull out on the shot, you see Aldo kind of grabs the hole.
Yes.
Well, see, if you have it on the inside and you have Aldo talking and you see him hands grab the hole, you see both hands there. And then in other gaps, you start to see other fingers start to come through as well.
And they start pulling on the door.
Bars and everything.
Oh, that'd be so good.
So
more and more hands start coming through.
I'm brought of mind that because you said horror films, Abby and I went last night to see Quiet Place 2. We actually went, and nobody's in the theater. It was just lovely sitting there by ourselves. There's a moment. I'm sure you have. Have you seen Quiet Place, the first one?
Yes.
So the whole idea, you got to be quiet. I won't divulge anything, but they find a way to isolate themselves. But the thing is where they isolate themselves, there's little oxygen, and so they need to open the door. So that creates this tension of we got to breathe, right? It stays on the inside because we know the threat is out there until it needs to flip out and maybe tell you that there's a part of this that isn't going to work. That language is missing here, and I don't feel anything for Mandimous at this point. I don't feel his vulnerability at all. I do know that Aldo is probably going to break into this. I get that. But by showing me inside, just like they do in A Quiet Place 2, I feel that there's a threat.
So I think what we're supposed to take away from this is the dialogue back and forth, right? The
Mandimous is treating Aldo the same as he
Right.
treated Caesar.
Right.
You got to answer my questions 3 before you can cross a bridge.
It kind of, and do what you will is the devil's law. I am the keeper of Caesar's conscience. Under allegiance to Caesar, where is he? This just kind of it's like necessary dialogue,
Right.
but not really.
But at the same
Doesn't
time,
really do anything.
isn't it fun to have characters like Mandimous and Aldo? I mean, with so many times we get the milquetoast McDonald moments, these characters at least have a little substance of they're true to their world.
Yeah, the dialogue, their point of view, very much belongs to these two characters,
Right.
and they can insert themselves
Why
very well.
Why did Aldo think calling Mandimous God would get him upset?
And who are you, Mandimous? God?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm the conscience.
Well, this is the setup of the idea of the orangutans moving into a religious, spiritual
Maybe
caste,
so.
right? That there's a little more behind them besides just science.
The overly
version.
zealous kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's one of those moments that, we've got tons of cool shots. We've got interesting things. It just, I don't know. That thought doesn't seem to be there to kind of push it to that next level. Anybody got anything else for that?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. Then I will say, everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The minute of the apes. The minute